Yo, what's good, yo? Welcome to another episode of Fun with Dumb. It's the first week. We're done with the first week of January 2020, and already we're off to a great start. World War III. All types of missiles being floating around everywhere. There's a lot of the crazy talk. We'll get into that, but you know, it's always still positive vibes, and we got some guests over here that I've known for a couple years now, and artists and dream facilitators and shit. That sounded fucking funny as fuck, but I'm here with two friends. They're both named Aaron. One is Aaron Kai, who is an artist, painter, illustrator, different mediums now. What's up, Aaron? How you doing?
What's up, man? How's it going?
I'm good, man. Thanks for pulling up to my studio.
Yeah.
And we're here with Aaron Lau, who is manager to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of dabble in a little bit of everything.
You know, just try to, be a jack of all trades. Yeah, man. So we're also part owners in a cannabis company now.
Oh, what?
Yeah, so
that's some new shit I didn't know.
Yeah, it's called Permanent Holiday, and we just been trying to.
Oh, okay, that's what that is. Because I seen it and I wasn't sure exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's just it's basically a mindset, but now we're just trying to dabble in everything.
Permanent Holiday. Explain the name a little bit.
So, yep. Permanent Holiday is basically kind of it's basically a lifestyle, or the idea of basically people like us that can basically do whatever you want to do, get paid for it, and then just basically not working a conventional way,
right?
But then just still having the mindset that's like, hey, like,
and not feeling like it's like work. Pretty much, that's what the title means.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Wake up every morning, do what you want to do, and hopefully make some type of living off of it.
That's what I feel like with the idea of still kind of doing what you love. It still requires a level of discipline. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's because you can be on a permanent holiday, not in a good way either.
Oh man,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I see what you're saying. But I met you, Aaron Lau, when you had like kind of graduated college, right? Or was that?
I was actually in college at the time.
Oh shit!
We met via a great friend. Jason Kim,
legendary,
who's no longer with us anymore. He didn't die. He just moved and got married.
Yeah. Put on his creative director pants,
Yeah,
which is usually drop crotch,
super
flowy. Super flowy pants that never touch his shoes.
He parachuted to the East Coast in his pants.
It's crazy. He just landed.
He's been floating the whole time. But yeah, we met through him in the Bay Area.
No, we actually met here.
Okay.
We had some crazy Asian streetwear like dinner.
Okay.
It was me, you, Neek.
Yeah,
it was like
Neek of the anti-social social club fame.
One of the people that killed streetwear, but
and then went into hiding.
and then went into hiding. He's in the bunker right now.
He's a fugitive, bro.
Yeah, man,
he's a fugitive.
He's on the run. So we had KBBQ, and then we just started kicking it, man. Like I would see you at everything. I would sleep on your floor whenever it was.
Damn, I forget those things.
Oh yeah. We used to sleep over your house all the time.
We used to sleep on your floor all the time.
That's so crazy. Yeah, I mean, Jason has great hospitality. I'm not the greatest at hospitality, so I apologize. I was the other roommate there. But Jason is a great guy. And I met you so you were in college and you were on vacation.
I was working at Hypebeast at the time. So then, so like,
damn, I forgot all this shit.
Yeah, so then they were just all here in LA, and I just came back from Hong Kong. They're like, man, we got this fat house. Like, you should pull up. We're trying to just get our feet wet. So I pulled up. And then, they just had to accommodate me. But that was the night when we had the Rolls Royce. You remember that?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
That was the craziest energy to pull up on someone for the first time. Because we're like, all right, I'm in the baby blue Rolls Royce. And we're like, yeah, Aaron. I was like, I don't own this, by the way.
We set the bar very high.
We were also at a crib that I was like, damn, I can't believe we're in a house like this. Like, that was on the 16th floor, sick-ass view. I was, like, really angry at Jason when he had moved to the East Coast because, I couldn't find another roommate or afford that place alone. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, bro, like, the only reason I moved in here was because you were going to be my roommate. You know what I'm saying? You breaks the lease and move. And I was like, hot, bro. But
sickening. That's typical though.
You're a little younger than Aaron and the rest of us. How did you end up managing Aaron?
So when I came back from Hong Kong doing the Hypebeast thing, I moved back to San Francisco. That's where I'm from. And then like I would just go to party, but then I actually met him at a art show that wasn't his. So it was a photo show. And then, it was cool. It was like pics and everything. But I noticed the sign lettering was like incredible. It's like, holy shit, this thing looks like a sticker. So I asked the owner of the spot, I'm like, hey, who did this?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, man, it's this guy named Aaron, like he's outside smoking a cigarette right there if you want to talk to him. So we just, so I met him there, but then we still did our own thing. He was still working at the copy center for like a law firm at the time.
Oh shit.
And then we would just see each other in passing, but like we would just get hella drunk like every time we link up. So after like a few long nights, like we were just like, so like, like at the time I was also so I was writing for Hypebeast and Ill Roots.
Yeah.
But then I was kind of like his mole to like write all the emails to like get him onto the sites and just try to get him there. So then we started to do that, and then I was just
he would answer my emails for me,
right?
But send me the reply,
right,
to answer from myself.
Yeah.
And then one email I slipped up and I left the little header that he left in. He was like, just tell them this,
colon.
Colon, and then the body of the hi.
Right.
So I accidentally like left that in, and then I was like, this is getting like too difficult. Why don't you just answer all my emails?
Yeah.
You'll be my manager. I think we use air quotes too. So like, I don't know, my manager or something, and then we'll figure it out from there. So
that's
it all started with a little slip up.
All kind of stuff that you probably didn't want to do as an artist, right? Just like you want somebody else to handle that shit.
Yeah, a lot of.
I've seen you kind of come up with your style and kind of create a signature style over the years too. Was that your signature style with the waves? Is that something that kind of took time to get to?
Yeah, I think I've been drawing waves. I'm from Hawaii.
Right.
I grew up in Hilo, so I grew up surfing. So I would draw waves a lot during school instead of taking notes, in a little composition book. So it all started from there and then kind of gradually evolved into the type of waves that I'm doing today. So
right.
Over time, different opinions from people that I actually appreciate their opinion, kind of taking those things in, taking little ideas here and there, and also looking at other art and stuff and just expanding on that original idea.
I mean, that's tight how you just took the waves and just apply it to so many different things and shit.
Yeah.
As far as the waves, like, is it just, I mean, I know you're from the islands and so the beach is a big part, but is there a specific thing about the waves? Like,
definitely it's like a real feminine type of flowiness to it.
The curves and shit.
Yeah, so I think it's more, that's what attracts me to it at the end of the day, is that flowiness of it versus like a real hard geometrical kind of masculine shapes. So
right.
I think like using those flowy shapes more fits my aesthetic and what I actually appreciate. So
yeah. And then you moved to the Bay at some point.
Yeah, I moved to the Bay 2007. I graduated high school, and then I moved to the Bay, went to film school out there. My dad didn't want me to move from Hawaii because he was like, this is expensive to like move a kid away. And I was like, I gotta do it.
But so you wanted to get into film.
I wanted to get into film. I wanted to make music videos. I wanted to like make rap videos specifically.
Have you made a rap video ever?
I did. Terrible.
You gotta dig in the archive for that joint.
You gotta go Google it. But yeah, I made some music videos, and then what happened was I was drawing a lot of my like covers from my videos that were gonna go on like Vimeo or YouTube, and some of my classmates were like looking over and like, man, you're actually good at drawing. You're better at drawing than you are at making films. And I was like, all right, I'm not gonna take offense to that. I'll just work more on the drawing. So eventually I started, designing more graphics. And
that's some shit that happens where someone kind of points out you're like good at some other shit, but
Yeah.
like you get defensive about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's not like they're shitting on your thing. They're just saying your efforts might be better in this other thing. But we're like, no, fuck that. I'm this.
Yeah.
And
maybe you should turn over here. Take this right, bro. Yeah.
And you get mad. Like I get mad about that shit. You know what I'm saying? But because you want it so bad, you know what I'm saying? But you can't even see outside of your own little box sometimes when you want something so bad.
Facts.
And it's important to kind of see that shit and, you know, kind of go with the flow where life can take you in that way. So when you're in the Bay, you kind of met a lot of people there, and that's kind of your intro into collaborations, right, with your art?
Yeah, I met one of the first people I actually met out there was Paulo Wallo. He does Verdi. He like manages Verdi now. But me and him, I met him at Infinite at the store where I met this guy. Where another buddy of mine was doing an art show, and so I met some streetwear people, and I just kind of vibed with them. I finally started to find my real, or kind of find like a lane where, oh, this is where my real friends might be.
Right.
Because moving states is like a big thing, you know, especially like I only knew one person in California when I moved here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like setting up your base friends and your base friend group is one of the most like underrated, one of the hardest things to do. And I feel like finding your group of friends, finding that people that you vibe with, really, that's what sets you up for your success of what you really truly want to do.
That takes work, a lot of trial and error of groups and people.
Sometimes you hang out with people and
you gotta float sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, because you know, you've seen that where there's a couple of cats who hang out for a while and then they kind of slowly fade away.
Oh, yeah.
And it's only natural. Everyone, you know, they have to test that out a little bit too before you're like, okay, I could hang around for longer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so you find a lot, but I mean, luckily for you, you found some people in art and fashion and music.
Yeah,
right?
I got lucky because I think it all stems to that store. You know, like that there's always a hub, there's a place for people to link up. So it's like he said, I was working at a law firm when we met. And that store was in between my apartment at the time and my job. So it was like I would stop by every day coming back home from work. So having that like hub where everyone can kind of link up at, you know, Pauhana time, as we call it, like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock after work. You're guaranteed to see everybody, go shoot the shit with the boys, drink a couple beers. And then eventually start collaborating with each other or seeing, you know, what other people, where their value is, what you can work on them with. And, yeah.
Was your decision to move to the Bay Area like based on your school or also just the area? Like, you mean you like the area or? Just
based off of school. And I've never been to the Bay, but my mom and dad used to travel a lot for work, mainly to California, to LA and SF. So my mom, like, they knew I, you know, smoked weed and liked to party and stuff. So my mom was like, "You're really gonna like San Francisco," and I had no idea why. You know, I was like, "All right, sounds good."
Something tells me that you might fuck with Bay.
And then like when I moved up, she was there with me for a week, for 7 days, and on day 7, like as she was leaving, she was like, "All right, you might want, like, you should go check out, like, now you should go check out Haight Street and all that stuff, and like, you know, go smoke your weed, buddy, and go make friends." And but yeah, I fell in love with the city, fell in love with the people. It kind of reminded me of like Hawaii. You have a lot of camaraderie and family vibes over there.
So even after school, you were just like, I'm gonna just chill here.
Yeah, I wanted to move back to Hawaii. I thought I was gonna move to Oahu, and like, because all of my friends, I had like a lot of friends on Oahu, and I was like, I'm gonna go over there and party and rage, and it's gonna be so much fun. And then I ended up meeting all my friends in SF, and I was like, actually, this is like, I would go back and forth, you know, but eventually I landed on just staying in the Bay.
And then all of you guys moved down here.
The Great Migration.
The Great Migration
Great
of the
Migration.
Bay. I believe it was 2017 approximately. No, kidding. No. When was it actually? It was
2017. Yeah.
Was that about
2016.
when it was?
2016.
February 2016.
I
when
don't
we
think
first
there's
moved.
ever there's like no name for it, but there was a period of time a couple years ago where there was kind of a huge influx of a Bay Area, people with influence in Bay Area who are shifting culture like through music, art, fashion, all that came down to Los Angeles, and like even in K-Town specifically, really.
Yeah.
K-Town had a nice little a scene built on the Bay Area cats too,
Man, it was pretty crazy, man. So it was the Great Migration of 2016.
Why are we calling it the Great Migration?
Like we're a bunch of buffaloes.
No, but it's crazy because we could tell our kids the only thing we came here was with it wasn't money, but it was actually like Bay Area burritos. That's all we came with.
You know what? This was on my list of things to talk. I don't want to talk about it right now, but we're gonna go into that. But there was a big thing with you two. Pilo, Dave Ali. A bunch of cats, and you saw that. You go to the parties and you see the Bay Area energy.
It's just infectious, man. Like there's just like certain songs that will never work here, but they only work in the Bay, and like you play it here and there's enough Bay Area people that fuck with it.
Yeah.
Like you gonna have like a party. So.
I was one of those dudes that I really loved the energy of the Bay actually in LA because
Yeah,
I grew up very LA. So when I got that energy, I was first like uncomfortable, because I'm very LA. Like I just, I'm on my like cool shit, like holding my drink and shit. And then I started getting more lit, and then you had Drew.
Somebody
Drew
grabs your shirt.
Yeah, I'm like,
Someone
oh
grabs
shit,
your collar.
okay, yeah.
You just dapping up the same guy like 4 straight times in like 5 minutes.
I noticed like as soon as y'all came, after a couple months, all my collars were stretched, and I was like, okay, something is happening here.
Oh man.
But Drew Hunnins was like kind of a dude who was here even before that, and kind of you saw his energy was already unique at the parties.
Yeah.
We saw the glow up. I was like, whoa, this guy just knows all these girls. And
he was definitely a little bridge, I think, for the Bay and the K-Town community for sure.
He was for sure like a translator. He's like right in the middle. So he's like, like he's a great guy, man.
He is. That energy is pretty unmatched, man.
I remember when we met him, he was sleeping on your guys' couch, you and Jason's couch.
Yeah, Jason just is
he got so much love in his heart.
He's like Mother Teresa of K-Town, bro. He takes care
and Drew
of us.
lived down the street too.
Yeah. Drew is definitely the bridge. Great energy. I think a lot. I mean, people know him if you're from around these parts. And yeah, so you guys come down here, and what's the decision to come down here in general? Or what do you think is like the mind state of most Bay heads when they come down here?
For us, we were driving down to LA almost once a month,
maybe like twice a month on a good month.
Oh, okay.
So like one of the drives would just be like for meetings, and
we'd drive down to take a meeting.
We'll drive down for like a 45-minute meeting, and then like right after we're like, well, we still got this Airbnb for like 2 to 3 days on, so we just party that weekend.
Right.
But then we'll lock up that, and then we'll come back for like the actual work. So we're like spending like a rent's amount of money just
in Airbnbs. And
I didn't even realize that during that time when I would see all that. And I would see you guys so often. I didn't realize you guys are coming from up there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We would drive in like we would drive in like the dark of night, get here at like 9, have whatever meeting, check into the Airbnb, and then just start drinking and just doing anything.
Right.
Yeah.
We'd drive in we'd pack in Jamie's car. What was it, 2007 Ford Focus?
Yeah.
Made so much noise. It was like, now the car's already broken down, but it's like
I had
driving
a Ford
up and
Focus.
down like the
Ford
5.
Focus is a nightmare, bro.
So
I had that
reliable.
joint too. That shit is a nightmare.
Yeah.
But damn. So you guys are just after a while like, yo, we got to just be down here. It's kind of annoying to be driving back and forth.
Yeah, we're like, paying rent up in the Bay, and it's like might as well pay rent down here in LA because we weren't getting as many jobs in the Bay, as many paid jobs as LA. And I think that's kind of tells like a little bit about the two cities right now. Like LA is all about the creativity, as where like the Bay used to be really art related, or art oriented, really about the creativity, and now it's kind of taking a little shift.
Right.
And everyone's kind of moving to the LA hub, specifically K-Town too. There's a lot
That's
of stuff.
interesting, right? Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's not hard for, Bay Area heads to miss the Bay Area when you're here, because you already have kind of a community of cats, and you can go to a night at Lock and Key or something, and it could feel like, very Bay. I know there's a whole nother energy up there, because I'll be seeing your IG stories at some parties up there, and it's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, man, that shit's crazy up there, man. But like, just making the LA move is like, everyone here takes what we do seriously.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we could talk about a budget, we could talk about like a timeline of when this project could happen, but in the Bay Area, everyone, especially like all those tech companies and everything, like we've had so many projects that were like big projects, we mapped it out and everything, but they pull the plug at the last minute because they don't see like a return on investment, because like these guys are just looking at the spreadsheet, right? So it's like, why am I investing this money into this guy painting when I can just put this into, like more snacks in the pantry, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like it's a strange dynamic, but everyone here just takes it seriously. Like we just had a meeting yesterday with like a big design firm, and they like these guys design buildings, like iconic buildings, and they're like, they just like want what we do. So
they're like, I can't believe you guys took this meeting with us.
I was like,
it's like, I can't believe you guys asked us. It's like,
I was gonna say, with that, where any artist, but specifically for you guys, like when you first starting off from just loving to paint and stuff, and now when you start working with art, like a big artist or a big corporation, like on a collaboration, you want to make the most out of it, right? Whether it's like attaching an event together and all that. Like, when did that mind state kind of come to you as an artist, where it's not just, here's the thing commissioned, but let's attach other things to make it even bigger, right?
Yeah. I think, to be honest, it's with like social media, because you have a bunch of fans out there. They want to go somewhere. They want to post something. They want to be involved. They want
that community.
Yeah, and show their friends back home. Look, I'm doing some cool shit. Like, I'm going checking out some cool shit. Like, I'm cultured, So I think that's kind of where it all stems from. Like, people want to go out there and experience something
and view it kind of up close, right? More than anything.
Yeah,
man.
I feel like that is really a big part of the event, the launch, or whatever, is to kind of experience it up close, because we look at art from a distance so much now with just Instagram.
Yeah, because anyone could be like, oh yeah, I saw that, like, oh, I saw those shoes, I saw that like article, I read that, I saw that event, like I saw that concert. But it's a whole nother thing to be like, oh yeah, I was there, like I was actually in the crowd, like I filmed it, like I booed Drake off stage, so
I was one of those boos, one of those 100 boos. I would say with you, man, over the years, one thing that's really inspiring is you stay fucking working and kind of taking your style but attaching it to so many different things. It's like a basketball, a chain, jewelry, to all types of stuff, and it's just and you're very like, you keep it moving, you don't get stuck on one thing for a long time. You just keep on moving and expanding, man. Like, how what up to this day, I mean, is there like something that you kind of want to do that's, in your near future, that's some next shit?
Man, I mean, I like designing objects and stuff.
Like more 3D.
Like I want to, design something that could live in somebody's house and everyone aspires to own it, like a Eames chair, for example.
Yeah.
I don't exactly know what specifically, but that's something of that level, would be, that's what I would aspire to, that type of level of art and design, of designing something, making something, painting something so iconic that everyone wants it in their home, or they know what it is, they call it out by name,
Well, your house is kind of becoming that like type of museum, I feel like, because your crib, every little piece of furniture has that signature thing. So all around, your whole house is kind of becoming a part of that, which is sick. Yeah.
Trying.
What's the? I saw on your IG story you're doing something with the horse, little toy horse joint.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's that?
I don't know when we're gonna show it, but I went to like one of these thrift what was it? The Melrose Trading Post.
Yeah.
And I got these horses. They're like they sit in front of the grocery store. They go in. They're like the 25-cent rocking horses.
Right.
Die cast iron. And so I just painted them, made them look real nice and bright. And we're gonna plan a show eventually, probably this year, with the hundreds actually.
Sick.
And do something cool with it, you know.
That's tight.
Yeah.
I guess we gotta talk about this burrito thing.
I've waited, man. I actually have one in my back pocket now.
Okay, so there's this. So online. By the way, I love. I think Aaron Lau was like, "There's three people who love my tweets," and I'm like one of those motherfuckers.
Oh, man.
I
Like,
love your shit.
So those people that like my tweets, like, it's a distinguished group because it's not just no like middle of the mall. Like, these are elite. I won't name the names, but these are elite names.
Name the
man.
names.
I won't name the names, but
Name the names.
they're all in this room.
I gotta say a tweet that you said recently that I didn't like because it was like maybe too soon.
Okay.
But it was about the Australian ABGs.
Oh, man.
And I was like, I'm not gonna like this one yet because it's a fucked up situation that's going on in Australia.
Man.
But it was fucking hilarious to me. So obviously, what's going on with climate change, Australia burning, is fucked up. But your tweet was, "What's like it's fucked up what's going on in Australia, but someone saved the ABG."
No. It was the koalas are cute and all, but we gotta save the Australian ABGs
The
too.
Australian ABGs, and that was funny to me because for those who aren't familiar, ABG means Asian baby girl. It's a genre of Asian girls.
It's a subculture for
It's a
sure.
subculture.
It's a subculture.
Usually bears a koi fish or dragon tattoo.
Colored hair.
Yeah, and rolls with a mob of some Asian gangster types usually.
Oh my god.
I've been threatened by many of the boyfriends. I'm not playing. I'm kidding. No. But it's these. And then you said Australian ABG specifically because for some reason
They're just
there's
different.
a hot, like it's just a shitload of hot ABGs in Australia, and they're like influencers. They're all over Instagram. You go to Explorer page,
And
you'll
they're
find
rich
them.
too.
Yeah. I think a lot of them are international students or something
Yeah,
that go to Australia.
They get lit.
Yeah, and somehow they're not affected by the fires. No, I'm kidding,
Yeah.
I'm kidding. They're just there, and I don't know. I've noticed there's a lot of Asians in Australia.
So many.
Yeah, and there's like a ABG preservation somehow in Australia.
We gotta pull up.
But that shit was funny.
Thank you,
what you
man.
wrote, and
I appreciate it, man. I put a lot of time in those tweets, man.
There's a lot of I could relate to a lot.
I appreciate it,
I
man.
could relate.
I appreciate that, man.
So one thing we've argued a few times, and this I've gotten shit for this. Like, this is probably the biggest thing I've ever gotten. I've said some things that people call me problematic or whatever, but this shit right here tops everything.
Yeah, this thing is personal.
So I talked about the burritos. Who has the best burritos between San Diego, Los Angeles, and San Francisco?
Get San Diego out of here.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and just throw them out.
But that's the funny thing is because San Diego like swears by it because they're right there by Mexico. Like they swear by it.
Burritos aren't even Mexican.
That's
like,
exact. That's one big point. But that's the argument, right? But I didn't even know the Bay was that huge on burritos. You know what I'm saying?
That's all we got, man. Like the Warriors just moved. Like the Niners don't even play in San Francisco anymore.
And y'all brought a good point up because when I argued about Los Angeles burritos being better, y'all brought up tacos. Like maybe, right? Like tacos, yeah.
Yeah.
But you guys ruled burritos. I didn't think about that. Maybe I was kind of focused all around like it's the same genre of shit.
Oh man.
Yeah, but I'll say
sound like you're backtracking.
no. Hold on. I am not backtracking. Fuck you. I am not backtracking. All right. So I've tried maybe 2 spots in the Bay Area.
We've had a burrito together up there.
Haven't we?
Yeah, man. I think we went to El Farolito or something.
I did not. I don't think El Farolito is a superior
Did you guys
burrito.
Eat
why?
it Lady in the Tramp style?
No. I mean, it's a big burrito. It's a hearty burrito. Don't get me wrong. But I noticed one thing about those burritos. They don't put onions in the burrito. And cilantro. They don't put either one of those.
It's in the guacamole and the salsa.
Is it? I don't know that. I'm just saying. I noticed that. I noticed that in the taste of it because I'm a very simple burrito guy. I like meat, rice, beans. The sauce.
They do give you
onions.
the options
That's what
here
I like.
to give you like accoutrement.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Cilantro, but there it's like boom, you get this. There's no customization.
Yeah.
It's this.
And you know what? I get one point of you guys have brought up too about like El Torino and King Taco.
my
Like
God.
y'all don't fuck with that.
It's frigid in there.
Yeah,
it's always like 40 degrees, man. You're like eating this food and you're just like freezing.
But there's also a level where some of those ingredients, it feels like they just kind of heat up pre-packaged kind of stuff a little bit, maybe it's lost quality, but you're right. I think it could be a little overrated for that stuff.
There's some really lit taco spots here though, like there's like
I think LA needs to claim the tacos,
and then
y'all are tough on this burrito. Y'all not letting that go, huh? Like I can't do nothing about that. I can't let you guys let go of the title.
There was one time this like I used to get burritos here all the time, and then there was one time it was me and him, we went to a meeting and we had like an hour to kill, so we're like, all right, let's just get some food. We went to a Mexican restaurant and then he ordered like probably some tacos, but I was like, all right, I'm gonna get a burrito. I get this thing, bro. This thing is on a paper plate, like like backyard barbecue style. They didn't wrap it in foil. And they just gave it to me, bro. Like, they gave it to me like 3 folds, no roll. It's like, man. There's no love in this. So I'm eating it. I like going for the bite, and boom, this thing.
Oh my god!
Disintegrates on contact.
You see, that's the one thing about you. Gotta have the foil.
You gotta have the
foil.
Because what I do when I eat the burritos, I rip off the top part and keep the foil on the bottom. If you unfoil everything, you're kind of a psychopath. You're a psycho. If you unfoil the whole shit, I'm like, I look at people differently when they do that,
getting
bro.
fully naked to take a shit.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, did that burrito give you consent to unfoil the whole thing? Like, it's just too much, dude. I'm like, what are you trying to accomplish with the unfoiling of the whole thing from the jump?
It's a very supple feeling too. So if you two-hand that thing, man,
it's a supple feeling.
That thing is, man.
It's out of control. It's a big risk too, like what you said.
Psychopath.
That whole thing, because usually a lot of the juices kind of fall from the bottom too. So that's actually a good point.
So I was like shook, and from that point on, I was like, yeah.
Let me ask you this: is El Farolito the best?
Farolito,
is that your favorite?
I'm gonna go first, and then you could take it. But El Farolito is a place. It's like a landmark. It's like it's where like a lot of people go when they're drunk, but it's just like a pretty. It's like a B plus A minus.
What's your order there?
You got to get the super burrito and then you got to get the carne asada. So here they have like you could get like lengua and like chicharrones. You could get all that, but in the Bay it's like there's literally 2 options. It's carne asada or chicken. That's it.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
So they literally just do that well, and then they give you a gang of chips, and then you just go in, and then like there's like no onion cilantro. They get like green salsa.
I like the chips thing.
I love
that because not everybody does that.
You're just smacked, and like let's say you're not even like that hungry, but like your boys want to go, you just eat their chips, bro. It's like hey bro, go get some more.
Where's the best burrito in LA?
Man, you see, I like a spot in Koreatown called Mariella's, and that's on 3rd and Catalina. Have you tried that? Okay, I gotta take you guys there.
We gotta.
And that's not, that's one of the more slept on spots because everybody in K-Town loves like El Torino, the King Tacos and stuff. But to my favorite, and when I grew up, is at Mariella's.
We gotta try.
But you know what? I will say, that's my favorite spot. But for the most parts, there's taco trucks and things everywhere, but you're right, the burritos aren't like always lit everywhere, you know what I'm saying? But the style of burritos they have, I just prefer more than what I've had up there. I don't know what it is. Like it's different to me. It still tastes different to me. The Bay, I mean the San Diego, just get that out of here. I don't even it's too much.
What's that taco spot though in San Diego? It's that one lit spot.
Tacos El Gordo.
Is that what it is, man?
I think I've heard of that spot. They talk about that spot a lot. What else do they talk about?
They talk about Lucha Libre.
Okay,
that one's pretty good.
Is there like a
Roberta's
or something like that? Yeah.
I mean, they just put some French fries in it, so I don't know.
I don't trust the French fries in the burrito. Like that does not belong in the burrito.
You don't fuck with the California burrito?
I do not fuck with the California burrito. I think that's one thing that really turns me. Like everyone is like, it's lit. There's French fries in it. To me, that makes it less lit to me.
Facts.
It takes away from it, like the potato or something about it. I don't know.
It's more of a breakfast burrito move.
That's a good point. That is a good point. That is a breakfast burrito move. Okay, well, at least so we come to the conclusion it's the same thing. No opinions have changed.
I mean, I'm glad we had this dialogue, though.
Yeah, we had to have
the conversations
because, like, as successful will always comment on some shit, and I just feel like shit. Like for some reason I get like I go
Heated.
crazy. Like
Same.
he sends me one emoji. Of
I
like
don't
a
know
vomit
anything though. I'm from Hawaii. Like I'm like the least credible source for burritos.
He just knows how to get to me. He'll just put like one vomit emoji, and all of a sudden I'm hitting him with like 8 responses. Like, what do you mean? And he's like, I didn't say anything.
The vomit emoji.
Yeah. I mean, there's mad people who's from the Bay who's responded to my burrito stuff. Calais said some shit. You know, mad people always constantly respond. Same thing, vomit emoji. So wait, what do you guys got coming up? And you travel a lot with
yeah, man, we go on every trip, but I think this year we're trying to just stay here as long as we can, try to plan this like gallery spot that we're trying to open.
Yeah.
But in like the imminent future, we're going to Philly.
Yeah.
So Hawaii.
Yeah, we're going to Philly and Hawaii. We're going to Hawaii next month, and then we're going to Philly in April. And then, just trying to do more, brand work, really, because these guys are like, man, these guys just take us seriously. And, like, yeah. It's where
and work with our friends. We're trying to do more and, like, work with our friends, get corporate people involved to basically pay us and our friends to do what we love doing and make cool stuff.
It's like a big, that's kind of like what you guys are doing with Permanent Holiday and just bringing that whole mind state to the work ethic, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I mean, is there... Well, how long have you been doing like mural stuff?
2016.
Yeah, when we moved to LA, that was kind of that was our biggest year for murals. I think we did 33 murals that year.
That's crazy in 1 year.
Yeah, it's crazy because it comes down to every 11 days, I think. It's like a new mural, which when you count 11 days, you're like, damn, that's like less than 2 weeks. Like, and then each mural takes about a week. So it's basically in 2016 we would have like 3 days of a break in between each mural.
Was there like a learning process of transferring that on a larger scale like that?
Yes. So when I quit my job and started to do art full time, one of my first things was at my homegirl's restaurant in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And it was during Powwow 2014, and she wanted me to paint a mural on her wall, and her wall was only about 12 feet by 8 feet tall. And that was the first time I painted something like so big. Excuse me. So I kind of applied, like, basically looked at it as like a giant canvas.
Right.
And started from there. And then you learn the different types of paint that you should be using, shouldn't be using. Some paint spreads easier on large surfaces, some doesn't. So it's definitely a learning curve. And then now we kind of know what we're doing for the most part.
And it's become a little easier and less frustrating than the beginning.
Yeah, you still have like little hiccups here and there, but it's like, now it comes, like I texted him this morning. We have like 2 wall options, and it's like one wall option is hella difficult, but it's big, prominent, nice wall.
Yeah.
But it's like painting that wall is going to take me 2 weeks, so like roll up gates, for example, are a pain in the ass. Painting little metal boxes, like those converter boxes, like these little things that you learn painting. And
that's the cool thing about, we're talking about the Great Migration, but seeing that on a visual level where you go around town and you see that style popping up, it felt like the visual part of the Bay migration.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Man, yeah.
And then you go to the parties, and then you hear the audio part of it, the sonic Bay. Because even Zoe, like my DJ, like he
Shout
implemented Bay music so much into all the parties.
Yeah.
Like he loves that shit already, but it was specifically like, he's now constantly playing Pilo every show.
Facts.
It's crazy. So you saw that migration happen in that way. Party promoters, DJs,
it's crazy,
painters.
man.
Yeah,
all the Bay Area people was getting paid down here, man. But like just going back to what I said, like no one in the Bay takes that seriously because there's no industry. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like when we were in the Bay, like it was just all like, dude, this is all for fun, and then if you post it on the gram and like if you make a t-shirt, then everyone's like, oh my god, he made a t-shirt.
Right.
But like now here it's like, yo, like we're like basically like consulting for these brands too, because they ask us for like, what do you think? And it's like that's like a whole new fold. So I guess going forward, like just working with these brands just to like, you know, just to give them advice to what's really tight.
What's some of the big collaborations you guys did even with these brands? Like what was that? Brisk Iced Tea was a big one. And that was like you guys designing cans. What else was there? There was a couple of campaigns you guys have done over the past couple of years that was like pretty crazy.
Brisk, we did the little Taco Bell.
Oh yeah, Taco Bell. That's
did
a big one.
Jameson with Zoe.
Yeah, of brand ambassadors.
Yeah.
We worked with Nike and Adidas in the same year.
I remember that.
That was pretty nuts because like I was like, holy shit! Like,
yeah, it's like, are we allowed to do this?
But
like,
contractually, it's like, yeah.
That's the crazy part. Is like nowadays, you know, like back in the day, you'd be like, oh, this guy's signed to Nike. Like, there's no way he's gonna switch over. But nowadays, with like artists, influencers, and stuff like that, you can really work with all these brands in 1 year and like do something big, do something small, but it's tight that's a thing now, you know.
Is there like a brand that, you know, since you were young, you were like, oh, that's who I would want to work with? I mean, it feels like you've already covered a lot of ground, like Adidas and Nike. Since, you know, when we're young, it's like that would already be amazing. But what else would there be?
I think for me, it's when I was younger, I really wanted to, just in general, I wanted to design sneakers and design cars.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess that one would be like the next one.
Yeah.
That's a big one, and it's not easy to do. You know,
I'll settle for like designing, you know, a rim or
even
like
rims.
even like headlights, you know.
Is that are you gonna paint like a new whip or something eventually that later down the line? Or
I want to. Maybe if I get another car, I'll go paint the one I got now.
That's tight. Yeah, that's tight. Yo, yeah, man. Thanks for coming on the show, guys.
Come on, man.
The errands, bro. I mean, if you say the errands around town, you know which errands you're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
It's my favorite podcast.
This is the best podcast in the world, man.
Thank you, man.
Come on, man.
Bay approved, bro.
Come on, man.
Aaron Lau, Aaron Kai, love you guys. You guys are definitely doing some good work. And, you know, when you guys came into town with the other Bay Area heads, it was all love, honestly. I think you all know that.
I
and
appreciate
we know that.
man.
There was no,
Appreciate
like,
that,
these
love.
Bay guys are coming.
So, like, there's this big migration.
Like, we had a K-Town meeting, like, yo, guys, we need to do something about these Bay Area guys.
It was you, Jason, Drew, and Alina Lee.
Oh,
yeah, right.
Oh, man.
Right. Yeah, that was a weird at your gallery showing. Yeah,
That was
but
a crazy
I mean,
time.
honestly, there was a lot of people who were very welcoming out of the bunch, you know, and I definitely show a lot of love to like Drew and Jason, who were a big bridge, I think, with the Bay and K-Town merger of 2017.
Yeah.
The great merger of
merger.
2017. Yeah, man. Thank you guys for coming. Check them out. Aaron Kai, is that your IG?
Aaron K. Kai.
And what's your Twitter handle so we can get you some more Twitter followers?
It's Who Is Aaron Lau.
If you guys want some quality tweets, Who is Aaron Lau on Twitter? Tune in next week for another episode of Fun with Dumb. Peace.
Yee.